A bedroom. Before sunrise, darkness. Then a light clicked on. A woman stood in front of a mirror, alone. No cameras, no audience, no laughter, just her and her reflection. She looked tired, older than her years. The bright red hair wasn't styled yet. The makeup wasn't applied. This was the real her. Not Lucy Ricardo, not the comedy queen, just Lucille. A 50-year-old woman, staring at herself. And every morning she did the same ritual. She leaned close to the mirror, looked herself in the eyes, and spoke, out loud. "You can do this, Lucy. You've done it before. You'll do it again. Now get to work." Simple words, but necessary words. Because behind the laughter, behind the slapstick, behind the greatest sitcom in television history, was a woman who doubted herself every single day. A woman who had to convince herself every single morning that she was good enough, talented enough, strong enough to do it all over again. That woman was Lucille Ball, the most famous comedian in the world, star of I Love Lucy, owner of Desilu Productions, the first woman to run a major Hollywood studio, a pioneer, an icon, a legend. But every morning, before any of that mattered, she stood in front of a mirror and had to remind herself who she was, what she could do, and why she had to keep going. Lucille Ball wasn't born funny. She was born poor. Jamestown, New York, August 6, 1911. Her father died when she was 3. Scarlet fever. Her mother remarried. Her stepfather didn't want her, so Lucille was sent away to live with her grandparents. A little girl, unwanted, alone. She'd look in mirrors then too, wondering, why doesn't anyone want me? What's wrong with me? No answers, just questions and pain. She dreamed of being an actress, a performer, someone important, someone valuable. At 15, she moved to New York, enrolled in drama school, but the teachers were harsh. "You have no talent," they told her. "Go home, find something else to do." Lucille was crushed, but she didn't leave. She stayed, worked as a model, chorus girl, bit parts in movies, anything to say in show business, anything to prove them wrong. Hollywood noticed her. Eventually, not for her talent, for her looks. Beautiful, exotic, perfect for B-movies. So that's what she did. Dozens of forgettable films, small roles, nothing special. People called her Queen of the Bees. Not a compliment, a dismissal. But Lucille kept working, kept trying, kept hoping someday someone would see. She was more than just a pretty face. Then she met Desi Arnaz, a Cuban band leader, handsome, charming, chaotic. They married in 1940, a whirlwind romance. But the marriage was hard, really hard. Desi drank, Desi gambled, Desi cheated. Lucille knew, everyone knew. But she stayed, because she loved him, or maybe because she was afraid of being alone again, of being unwanted again, like when she was a child. In 1950, CBS offered Lucille a radio show. They wanted to turn it into television. "My Favorite Husband." Lucille said yes, but on one condition. "I want Desi to play my husband." CBS refused. "A Cuban? America won't accept it," Lucille insisted. "Then there's no show." She fought hard, and finally, CBS agreed. They created a pilot, I Love Lucy, and everything changed. The show premiered October 15, 1951, and America fell in love with Lucy Ricardo, the dizzy housewife, the madcap schemes, the physical comedy, the chocolate factory, the grape stomping, the Lucy and Ethel chaos. Lucille Ball became a superstar overnight, at 40 years old, after decades of struggle. Finally, recognition, success, love. But here's what people didn't see: the cost, the pressure, the perfection required. Lucille was a perfectionist, obsessive. Every episode had to be flawless, every joke had to land, every pratfall had to be perfect. She'd rehearse for hours, days, until her body ached, until she could barely move. "Again," she'd say. "We're doing it again." The cast would groan. But Lucille didn't care. "It has to be perfect. People are counting on us." Every morning before filming, Lucille would wake up early, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. While Desi slept, she'd go to the mirror, look at herself, and prepare. Not with makeup, not with hair, but with words, self-talk, affirmations. "You can do this, Lucy. You're talented. You're strong. Don't let them see you're scared. Because she was scared, terrified, that she wasn't good enough, that people would stop laughing, that she'd fail. Again, the mirror ritual became essential, sacred, every single morning, before every rehearsal, before every filming, before every decision. She'd stand there. Look at herself. Really look. Not at Lucy Ricardo, at Lucille Ball, the real woman, the scared woman, the woman who still heard those drama teachers. You have no talent? And she'd fight back, out loud. They were wrong. I am talented. I proved them wrong. And I'll keep proving them wrong. People thought Lucille was confident, fearless. She played it that way. On set, she was the boss, demanding, direct. No, that's not funny. Do it this way. She'd demonstrate, show them how. Her physical comedy was genius, precise, every movement calculated, every expression intentional. But that confidence, it was performance. Just like Lucy Ricardo. Another character, another mask. Behind closed doors, Lucille crumbled. The marriage to Desi got worse. His drinking increased. His affairs continued. They'd fight. Terrible fights. Why aren't I enough? Lucille would scream. Why do you keep hurting me? Desi had no good answers, just excuses. And the next morning, Lucille would stand at the mirror. Puffy eyes, broken heart, and have to become Lucy Ricardo again. Have to make people laugh while she was dying inside.
VO. In 1960, they divorced. After 20 years of marriage, Lucille was devastated, but also relieved. She bought Desi's share of Desilu Productions, became the sole owner, the first woman to run a major Hollywood studio. Historic, revolutionary, terrifying. Can I do this? She asked the mirror. Can I run a business, make decisions, lead? And then, like always, she answered herself. Yes, you can. You have to. VO. She did it, successfully. Desilu produced Star Trek. Mission Impossible. Major hits. But the pressure was immense. Board meetings, budget decisions, creative choices, and every morning, the same ritual. Mirror, self-talk, preparation. You're smart enough. You're strong enough. Don't let them intimidate you. Because Hollywood didn't take women seriously, especially not in business. They'd condescend, dismiss, underestimate. But Lucille fought back, proved them wrong, every single day.
The show I Love Lucy ended in 1957, but Lucille kept performing. The Lucy Show. Here's Lucy. Different shows, same character. America loved Lucy Ricardo. Couldn't get enough, but Lucille was tired, so tired, playing the same character for decades. The physical comedy hurt now. Her body was older, breaking, but she couldn't stop, because she was afraid. If she stopped being Lucy, who would she be? Would anyone care about Lucille? An interviewer once asked, Lucille, what's your secret? How do you stay funny after all these years? She smiled. That famous Lucy smile. I just keep showing up, keep working, keep trying. But she didn't tell the truth. The real secret. The mirror. The morning ritual. The daily fight. To believe in herself. To overcome the doubt. To silence the voices that said she wasn't good enough.
In her later years, Lucille slowed down, retired from television, but the mirror ritual continued. Every morning, even when there was no show to do, no performance to give, she'd stand there, look at herself. An old woman now, hair still red, but face lined, body tired. You did it, Lucy, she'd say, softer now, gentler. You proved them all wrong. You were enough. You always were.
Lucille Ball died April 26, 1989. She was 77 years old. A full life, a successful life, a legendary life, but also a hard life, a painful life, a life spent fighting, not just for laughs, but for worth, for value, for the right to be taken seriously.
Her daughter Lucy spoke at the funeral, told a story about the mornings, how her mother would stand at the mirror, talk to herself. I used to think it was vanity, Lucy said, but it wasn't. It was survival. Mom had to convince herself, every single day, that she was good enough, because Hollywood spent decades telling her she wasn't. And even after she became the biggest star in the world, she still needed that reminder. She still needed to hear it, even if she had to say it herself.
Today, people remember Lucille Ball, The red hair, the wide eyes, the chocolate factory scene. Lucy and Ethel. The greatest sitcom ever made. And they should. It was brilliant, revolutionary, timeless. But if you really want to understand Lucille Ball, you need to know about the mornings, the mirror, the ritual, the daily fight to believe in herself, in her talent, in her worth. Because that was the real Lucille Ball. Not Lucy Ricardo, not the comedy queen, but a woman who doubted herself, who fought every day, who had to convince herself over and over that she was good enough, talented enough, worthy enough to keep going. When you're over 50, you understand this. You've lived long enough to know. Confidence isn't natural. It's built every single day with small affirmations, small victories, small reminders. I can do this. I've done it before. I'll do it again. Not because you're certain, but because you have to be. Because life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. You just have to show up, do the work, and trust that you're enough. Maybe you have a mirror too, a place you go, a ritual you do, before facing the world, before doing the hard thing, before being brave. Maybe you give yourself a pep talk, a reminder, you've got this. You're stronger than you think. Keep going. Whatever it is, that practice matters. Because we all doubt ourselves, we all get scared, we all wonder if we're good enough. And sometimes we have to be our own cheerleader, our own coach, our own believer. Lucille Ball taught us to laugh. But she also taught us something deeper, something she lived every single morning. You don't have to be fearless. You just have to be willing to look yourself in the mirror, to acknowledge the fear, and then to do it anyway, to tell yourself the truth. I can do this. Not because it's easy, but because you're strong enough, brave enough, worthy enough. You always have been. So tomorrow morning, stand in front of your mirror. Look at yourself. Really look. Not at the wrinkles, not at the age, not at the flaws, but at the person who's survived, who's fought, who's kept going. And tell yourself what Lucille told herself every morning for decades. You can do this. You've done it before. You'll do it again. Now get to work. For stories that remind you of your strength, don't forget to follow.